This is the first episode of NintendoAddict8 Radio, because it sounds better than radio style.
Come on! So sit back, here's their story. They say, hey, yo, no! Whisper, go, cracker like a boom boom. There's more yokai than taters in Idaho, like cheese squeak in his po-po. Feel that there? Way down low. Feature funk makes you need a quick commode. All this get a poke, turn back the clock, yo. See what we can see.
Oh, my lost friend, who cares for him? A home is what he so needs. Kids in this town, they have family. He wants that safety. With nightfall comes great danger, and things go from strange to so much stranger.
It's easy, come on. Those yokai make life alright. 'Cause he's got that yokai watch. Oh yeah.
Hello everyone, this is NintendoAddict8, and I've been meaning to make this video for a while, because I've wanted to talk about this since October 5th when it first aired. But yes, it's finally time. Let's discuss the Yokai Watch dub. Do I think the series made a transition to the US? Well, I think it did. It's not completely god-awful, and I'm not saying it's god-awful, but my problem is they changed too much. Which is weird, because David himself even said that they were going to keep it as close to the Japanese version as possible. So was that as far as you could go? Because the only thing they really kept in was the Gara Gara Po song. And even then, that changed, because in the newest episode, episode 10, they changed it to the game intro. And by the game intro, I mean the Yokai Watch, Yokai. Yeah, that one. They changed it to that one, believe it or not. And of course, everyone got in a big arms race over it, and they probably spammed all the Twitter accounts like, why'd you change the song? And I even asked David himself, and he said, literally, beats me. And then I'm like, well, I hope it's temporary. And he's like, I'm pretty sure. And he said that he thinks that they're just experimenting and that the Gara Gara Po song will return at some point. I think it will, because I think the fans have spoken and they clearly do not like that song. And it's not terrible. It's not as bad as when I first saw it. But it's so inferior to Gara Gara Po. It's just inferior. You can't argue that. If you like the other song more, that's fine. I'm not going to kill you over it. You can have your opinion, but I think most people can agree that the Gara Gara Po song is way better than that Yokai Watch thing they used back at E3, and now they're using it for everything. I'm hoping this is temporary. I think the reason why they're using this is because, as we all know, the game came out last Friday. I'm recording this on Saturday, not yesterday, but like the Friday before that, November 6th. Same time I got Black Ops 3, and I still can't play it. Oh well. And yeah, I think that they changed the intro because the game came out and the game uses that intro, so they want people that are just getting the game and now they're interested in the anime, they'll have the same intro. That's, I think, the only reason the intro even changed, because the game came out and the game uses that intro. So they decided to swap it over. But I'm going to give them credit for one thing. There's original video animation. What do I mean by this? They're not just reusing clips. That's the one downside being the dubbed countries. When you're the dubbed countries, you don't get original animations. You have to deal with recycling everything unless you can somehow get the Japanese studio to make special stuff for the US, but I'm pretty sure they won't do that. So, yeah. But they had like an animated watch and stuff. That's pretty cool. I'm going to give them credit for that. The intro itself doesn't look bad. It's just, that song that we don't like. Anyways. So yeah, that's a thing. And it's unfortunate, but I guarantee you, don't worry, it's probably temporary, and eventually Gara Gara Po will return. even if we have to wait till Yokai Watch 2 and they're going to probably translate the festival song or whatever, I hope. I'm hoping they will. Because here's the thing I don't understand. David even said, we want to satisfy the fans. Well, you aren't satisfying the fans by changing the song. Now, according to him, he had no knowledge that they were changing it, which is weird because he's kind of the top writer for the show. You'd think he would know that stuff. But whatever. I'm pretty sure it's temporary. Don't worry about it. Now let's get to the actual meat and potatoes of what I want to talk about. As far as censorship goes, they changed all the stuff I expected them to change. Like, I don't know. Like, now I don't know why they changed Nya KB to like Har Meow and Ni or whatever. I can't pronounce that. But I don't get why they didn't just call it Meow KB. Because, you know. But they actually do keep in some of the Nyan type things. And I don't just mean like the names like Jibai Nyan, Robo Nyan, stuff like that. There are actually clips where I think they actually reuse the Japanese voice. Which is neat. But let's talk about my main gripe with the English dub so far. As of episode 10. This could change in the blink of an eye. But I don't expect it to for a while. Koma-san and Komaggio. I thought they wouldn't be butchered at first. When I first heard that clip, I thought, ooh, he sounds exactly like his Japanese counterpart. And he realistically does. But it's ruined by one thing for me. The southern accent. Hey, y'all! I'm two bang paper hanger, all that stupid stuff. I hate that southern accent. And yes, I know he lived in the country in the Japanese version, but he didn't sound like that. He sounded normal. Or at least as normal as you can call it. So why they do that? It bothers me. It's like the voice, the underlying voice behind the accent is very, very close to the Japanese version. But the southern accent ruins it. Komaggio isn't nearly as bad. They fixed him. He sounds actually fine because he doesn't talk. He sounds kind of what I was expecting, but he doesn't sound southern, so that's a good thing. And Jibai Nyan's voice doesn't bother me anymore either, because I think I'm going to get over the fact that he sounds like Tails. I think I've already done it. So, Jibai Nyan's fine, Komaggio's fine, Whisper's fine, Nate's fine. Oh man, I just called him by his English name. Oh well. You all know who I'm talking about, so it doesn't matter which one I say. But because we're talking about the English version, I'm going to use the English names. Nate sounds fine, KD sounds fine, Eddie sounds fine, Bear sounds god-awful. He sounds like Knuckles from Sonic Boom. They made him sound really stupid, and I hate it. I hate it probably even more. I might hate it even more than Koma-san's voice. Oh, and speaking of, now that reminds me, Komaggio, he isn't called that. He's called Komajiro. Hey, it's my little brother, Komajiro. And on that note, he's actually his brother. What? But anyways, what I was gonna say is, yeah, Komaggio is called Komajiro, and in the Japanese one, Koma-san says, "This is my brother Komaggio," but he's not really my brother, more like a stepbrother, considering the different color. In the English version, he just says it's his brother. I don't know why they left out the stepbrother part, but whatever. I don't know. Doesn't really matter, but it's just something worth pointing out. Anyways, moving on then. So yeah, Nate and Katie's voices are fine. They don't bother me. Okay, unless like a YouTube just tweets something. Okay, so yeah, aside from those two, I'm actually fine with it for the most part. There's nothing really they removed that bothers me. Robonian sounds fine. Really, not that much else. I'm surprised by that. I can't think of anything else I'm really mad about. Except for the changing of the intro and a few voices. I'm actually fine with it. However, I'm going to make this very clear. If you want to get into Yokai Watch, please do not watch the English dub first. Watch the Japanese anime. Go over to Mongi Subs, WordPress.com. Download uTorrent and VLC Player. And watch the Japanese episodes. Because, believe me, they are miles better than the English ones. Like, I think they're like way better. The English ones aren't terrible. But here's how I'd rate them. The English ones are like a 7. The Japanese ones are like a 9 or a 10. That's how I would rate them. Now, assuming if you watch this channel, you've already seen the Japanese anime and the English anime, but if you're new and you just haven't watched it yet, please take my word for it and watch the Japanese version first. Because it's miles better than the English one, but the English one isn't garbage. Just not as good. But that's the same for all English anime. Every time there's an English dub, the Japanese one's always superior, and this is another case. So yeah, I wanted to make that very clear. But overall, I think I would give the English dub a 7 out of 10. Unfortunately, they gave it the 4Kids treatment. If you don't know what I'm talking about, 4Kids is a very infamous dubbing company that used to exist. And then they got acquired by Konami, I think. I don't remember. Was it Konami or was it Hudson Soft? Maybe it's both. I don't know. But you get the point. And they have been notorious for dumbing down anime for the English release. I hoped that Yokai Watch would keep something. And I don't think it's terrible, like I said, but I could definitely agree with everyone when they said they gave it the 4Kids treatment. They definitely, they didn't dumb it down like super bad, but they only dumbed down the parts that really bothered me. Because, you know, we gotta keep that easy rating, even though no one cares about ratings for anything anymore. So why even bother about dumbing it down? Whatever. It doesn't really matter, but it's just a thing that bothers me. But anyways, yeah, the dub, I'm going to give the dub a 7 out of 10, but if you haven't watched it yet, I recommend watching the Japanese version. It's so much better, and it's the superior version. And yeah, I don't have Yokai Watch itself yet, because I had to get Black Ops 3's Hardened Edition for safety purposes. But, you know. But overall, it didn't turn out terrible, but too much censorship, too much line changes, too much voice changes. A lot of stuff changed way too much. We can always hope in a future season, or when they go to somewhere else. I should probably just not think about. We need to think about how they're gonna do Yokai Watch 3. But you know, that's for another radio discussion. Oh yeah, and if you haven't noticed, yeah, this series I've kind of started now. This one's called Radio because I think the radio name is better than Radio Style, so I'm gonna call it Radio. This is inspired by a series from Multimedia J. He's a small YouTuber, but he's been around pretty much since the beginning of YouTube, since around 2006, and he has a lot of cool computer-type videos. He's not the most popular YouTuber out there, but I think he's worth checking out. And he has a series called Multimedia J Radio Style, and that's what this is based off of. He also does, and before you say this is a rip-off of it, it really isn't, because he actually rips off Ashens, because he has these like Ashen pastiches and parodies. So that's kind of what I'm doing. This is like a parody of his Multimedia J Radio Style series. Anyways, he's a great guy, he has great videos, and if you're interested in computer tech type stuff, then I recommend checking his channel out. Granted, right now he's kind of on a hiatus because he's moving to a different area, I believe. But, you know, he has a great back catalog. So, you know, it goes all the way back to 2006. I recommend checking out his videos, and I will leave a link in the description to his channel and the series that inspired this one. Anyways, yeah, I hope you enjoyed. And we got another discussion coming up about Mother 3. Ooh, yeah. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. This is NintendoAddict8 Radio Style, signing out. Thanks for tuning in.